And to the issue of the alleged Igbo King in Ghana, no, it is not off the market. It is still in the trend. Now, ever since the Igbo man about trend no, this is the second reaction video Blakk Rasta of 3FM abe drop it. Now, when the Oban Gumbi any superment, Oban attack, any heat, any violence, I find someone just say Ga Mantse any Ga transaction for the boy which say one omunim Igbo man no. Now face o ma twemo fi Igbo man no, ni be bia oyem no. Blakk Rasta abe fire, every say Igbo man yi ga hemfo mo yenya atwom mo nka no kre eyemo ana mo gazette no mo na mo bo ne hene na mo nyai atro na mo de kire Ghana fo no Blakk Rasta abe fire na start dropping more evidence aha Penyah block media mess was any day mo obe like video no other mo subscribe button na snap back the notification and latest update na be kire wa adwen da mame e wo comment section mess so ba so no ahwe no for so anya bi ahwe it prior to the ongoing incidents that happen in our Ghana ni nyina ye Igbos in Ghana. I is the only leader, His Royal Majesty Dr. Eze Jude Chukwudi Ihenetu. Or no, and I say, who according to himself an Igbo King in Ghana. Is one form Igbo community our Ghana. And we born a whole king. Our Ghana as you am an issue about training. When say Ga Mantse and Ghana transaction can for any communicate by because yeah, depending on famous you are saying for. But when Igbo King okay can some different say. Or yeah, can't be flag Ga Mantse and Ga Himfo nyina. It don't be a fast. Any press statement about the bank some. Allegations be one. The Ga Transaction Council dissociates itself from all activities of the said as the Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu. Just say omo chumo ho efri ade bia pay eyemu omo Ga Transaction Council the omo chumo fe pay BBM. 2. The council has never recognized anybody or a person as a king of Igbos within the Ghana state. Ebi so no omo ga krono de omo wen hu obi ase wo ye Igbo King in Ghana debi omunim obi asa ito omo pese Ghana ni bia de shiri tirimo afensi no as the Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu should henceforth cease and desist from holding out himself as a king of the Igbos in the Ghana state by way of performing any traditional activity. Also afebie muso no omo kan mana to Igbo man tirimo se efi necro se wo boode ne ni abon za fohini mama na beti so me Igbo King in Ghana no da go nya asa America na face no activity bi aje se na time na ode na ni bon za fohini so oye Igbo King na otim eye wo Ghana ha ebi ne yam festival na o celebrate any other festival na o celebrate wo Ghana ha no o mchirem ze free na konde o de bibia abewe nanso eno achi Sunday ye nungwa for celebrate homo na Igbo man o wase bi na Igbo man e wase bi na e fa nsem a Ga transaction for air community Igbo man omunim no edwum na bo na hene ze omunim bia o free crowd ebe due Ghana hanom our born when Igbo King or money be a piano. And then our Blakk Rasta album be. Blakk Rasta children say, and some are Ga Mantse any guy in 4 candidate. No crebianum na mo na ma gazette this Igbo man. Mona mo de tina kunya so born hene. Enti mo meka no kura nkyere Ghana for. Blakk Rasta any guy for Ablakwa. Now you go to my all camera.
Bobu Wulomo to give new land for Igbo village in Ghana. How many of us know Bobu Wulomo? Does this face strike a bell in your medulla oblongata? This is Bobu Wulomo, the very handsome Bobu Wulomo. Soft-spoken. This man here is the owner of Accra. He's like the Otumfuo of the Ghana. Bobu Wulomo, the spiritual head of the whole of Ghana. My brother, my sister, he's a very powerful man. Remember a few months ago, he decided to have a marriage ceremony for an underage girl by our constitution. This is it. And it went viral. Many were those who criticized whatever happened. At the end of the day, the little girl was said to be a stool wife or the wife of the gods. In fact, so many outfits for human rights and children's rights all came in. Brother, my sister, and what has become of this issue, my brother, my sister, you truly want to know, right? We're going to be updating you on this issue. But today, this is not what I really want to look at. The little girl was sent back to school. In fact, she was already in school. She was protected. Her parents were happy that she was going to be married to a powerful man like Bobu Wulomo. But many of us criticized this and said the little girl should be allowed to grow and get to enjoy her youth. In fact, her childhood before venturing into adulthood. What has happened to this issue? This is the man, Bobu Wulomo, that we are talking about. Very powerful. And every Ghana knows this powerful man, both inside Ghana and outside Ghana. Bobu Wulomo says that, hey, if you don't give the Igbo people land to build their village in Pram Pram, I will give them land to build right here in Accra, the Igbo village, because there's no problem, nothing wrong with the Igbo village. Now, Bobu Wulomo is so powerful, and his reason, when I spoke with him exclusively, he told me, Blakk Rasta, me and you have the same reasoning, and I want to tell you something. We are strong Pan-Africanists. All around the world, we have Ghana village, Accra in America. We have Kumasi in different parts of the world. Akans, Gans, everybody has a place. Sometimes they are even called Ghana village, Kumasi village, Accra village, in all these countries, and they accept us. What is wrong with an Igbo village in our country, Ghana? Of course, if it was a kingdom, no, our constitution does not allow that. It does not even encourage kingships. That I will not encourage, but I would willingly give a huge plot of land to these people known as the Igbos to build. Do you know the contribution of the Igbo people historically to the development of our country, Ghana? He asked me, and I told him, in fact, I know, but tell me more. You seem to have more wisdom than me. And he broke it down one after the other. Some of the first Igbos who came into this nation and helped build our land for us. He didn't end there. He said, the Ghana people, you know that some of us have our, in fact, ancestors from Igbo land. How about the Ewe people? We talk about Ile-Ife. We talk about Banza Bakwai and all those places, all the way from Israel through Nigeria to this point. How can we insult our own ancestors? Bobu Wulomo is ready to give a piece of land to the Igbo people to build the Igbo village. But let us rewind, dash him out. Now there is a big controversy about this Igbo village. They claim they had a piece of land in Pram Pram. And then it has come out that there actually is no piece of land. What is the sense behind this? But before then, can I tell you something? The Igbo leader, His Royal Majesty Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, met with Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, and this was what transpired between them. Look at him. This is the Igbo leader. He has lost weight, probably because of some of these issues surrounding his utterances and much more. He went there with his Igbo people, dressed like the traditional Igbo man. My brother, my sister, and this is Okujeto Ablakwa wearing the traditional Ghanaian fugu. What transpired at the meeting? Okujeto Ablakwa has fired it out on Facebook, and he said yesterday, I invited Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. The gentleman captured in a viral video claiming he intends to establish the Igbo and an Igbo kingdom in Ghana following an alleged purchase of a tract of land. Igwe clarified that it was an old 2013 interview which he deeply regrets. He assured that he has long abandoned that idea and has not purchased any piece of land for that purpose. Chukwudi conveyed profuse apologies to the president, government, chiefs, and people of Ghana for the unfortunate agitations his rather ill-advised interview has created. As I emphasized in the meeting, Ghana is exceptionally proud of its celebrated, friendly foreign policy, which is welcoming of all our beautiful and peaceful, to our beautiful and peaceful country, particularly Africans and people of African descent. We are determined to keep championing that Pan-African identity for which we have attained global renown. We, however, expect all our fellow Africans and guests to adhere to our peaceful and law-abiding traditions and desist from conduct or pronouncements considered unlawful, divisive, and incendiary, even as they enjoy our famed hospitality. Government urges calm and restraint and recalls the inseparable bond of friendship and brotherhood between Ghana and Nigeria. He didn't end it. He said this: let us all, in the true spirit of African solidarity, guard our commentary to this matter so that this matter does not degenerate into xenophobic consequences. Long live our incredibly vibrant Ghana-Nigeria relationship. That's it away. My brother, I don't know what the Igbo leader, the chief, is apologizing for. Oh yes, I am sorry that this interview has brought a lot of agitations out of misinterpretations. But if Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa goes on to say it was an ill-advised interview, in fact, I beg to differ. My brother, my sister, should the chief not grant an interview? What did he say in the interview that was crazy and against the laws of Ghana? The building of an Igbo village. Where in the interview did he mention kingdom? Out of respect, a man might decide to accept everything as his fault, even if it's not faulted. I'm sure that is what the Igbo leader is doing. He certainly doesn't want to, in fact, endanger the lives of Igbo people and Nigerians in Ghana. He's just one man. He's lived in Ghana for over 20 years. In fact, over 30 years. He's been married to his wife for 28 solid years. They have 5 children. The wife is 100% Ghanaian. But Okujeto Ablakwa refers to him as Igwe, even though it's been misspelled here as Izwe. And after that, he just calls him by his first name, Chukwudi. I think that is quite disrespectful. a problem shouldn't make you disrespect a man who has been chief from 2012. Or are you disinheriting him too? Or are you renouncing and denouncing him too? Let's be careful. You see, what has the Igbo leader done that is wrong? Tell me. I'm building an Igbo village. Now let's look at the Igbo village that he wants to build. Last night, I decided to speak with him to get more insight into the whole thing. Can I tell you something? That was in 2013. What happened in 2013? There were agitations here in our markets in Accra and beyond that Igbo people were taking over the markets, in fact, of Ghanaians. And for that matter, an Igbo man who has to do business in Ghana has to pay 1 million Ghana cedis. Would have it as the base investment before you be able to do that, and he must have a Ghanaian to partner him. My brother, my sister, we realize how Igbo shops were closed, Nigerian shops in general. It was almost becoming xenophobic. And when their shops were closed and they went away, we started crying that the goods, the prices were increasing. Do you all remember? From Ashaiman all the way through Nima, Circle, they closed their shops. In 2013, after this chief was only 1 year old, he decided that, you know what? Let us build an Igbo village here. And this Igbo village, we shall have a mall in there, which we shall call the Igbo Mall, like they have the China Mall, like they have the China City, or is it Chinatown? We shall have the Igbo Mall. So that when Igbo people come here, we will register them properly and give them the shops in there. If you want any product to buy that is predominantly Igbo, you come to the Igbo Mall and buy. At the time, the chief of Ningo was called Nenetepe. He's passed on now into eternity. In fact, this man here called Chukudi Iheneto Igwe went single-handedly with the support of some other Igbo people and built a school in Nungo, he told me, for the people of Ningo, free. Nobody said it was bad. He built a school and he was supposed to get a 50-acre plot of land to build this mall. According to him, it was at the meeting with Nenetepe that it came out that instead of just building a mall, why don't you add other things? If you can build a factory too, fine. If you can build some other things, and then it came out that they would like to also build a guest house of about 100 rooms. Have some gardens to plant some crops, food crops that Igbo people normally fantasize when they are, talking about their food. Name some of the streets after great Igbos, like we have in Ghana. A lot of streets have been named after great Nigerians. This man will concentrate on Igbo because he's an Igbo leader. What is the problem? Then the Igbo village all of a sudden became an Igbo kingdom. And Ghanaians said, they are coming to take our land. Gidi Gidi people were making noise left, right, and center. But what happened between Nenetepe and Igwe Chukudi Jude Iheneto? He was given some time to come and pay the money for the tract of land. But when he got the money and took it over, the chief said, you know what? There's a little bit of litigation. Hold the money for the time being. He followed up for a whole year, presenting the money over and over to Nenetepe. Nenetepe constantly told him to hold on with the money. At the end of the day, he decided that he should forget the idea. He had already built a school for the people of Ningo. So he would not even follow this. 2013. By 2014, that idea was forgotten. About 11 years ago. So this interview that was played was 2013. That was when they wanted to build a mall, like we have China Mall. And through Nenetepe. See if you can find a photo of Nenetepe. My brother, my sister, it is what it is. Nenetepe died. And when he died, the Igbo people never went back to Ningo again for that piece of land. They left the idea. But chickens are coming home to roost. And there's trouble all over the place. Why is it that some people are now renouncing this Igbo chiefdom? One of the greatest supporters of this Igbo chief, my brother, my sister, is the present Ga Mantse. They have been friends for a long time. He's a man that I have known for so long. My brother, my sister. And you know what? He was one of the earliest people to endorse Igwe Chukwudi Jude Ihineto. Normally the Igbos celebrate their Yam Festival in Ghana. The last time they did it, it was at the A4 Sutherland Park. A lot of people come from all walks of life, from America, thousands of people. They come there and they enjoy themselves. This was a ceremony, my brother, my sister, to commemorate the Yam Festival and more. A time came when another Igbo man was carrying himself as the leader of the Igbos. But Ihineto had already been endorsed by great powers in this country, including the Ga State. You know what happened? He had to write a letter. And look at this. The Ga Traditional Council Certificate of Recognition. This is to certify that Eze Chukwudi Jude Ihineto has been recognized as Eze or Azurome. Eze in the Igbo, the first Ghana. This is October 2013. So the Ga State wrote to the police, the present Ga Mantse, asking the police to deal with a certain Ernest Obi, who was trying to carry himself as the chief of the Igbos. And that there was only one man who had been recognized as the chief, and this was Chukwudi. This is the letter we're talking about. Watch this. 20th October 2022. Take off the label, quick. 2022. It says the Greater Accra Regional Commander, Ghana Police Service Accra, says petition to stop Mr. NSOB from holding his illegal, unapproved Igbo New Yam Festival at St. Anthony School Complex, Aliu Mahama Road, South Odoko, Accra, on Saturday the 22nd of October 2022, or on a later date anywhere in Ghana. It has come to the notice of the Ghana Traditional Council of the above program, which is being organized for the Igbo community in Ghana, especially Accra, based on the petition received from His Royal Majesty Eze Dr. Ambassador Chukwudi J. Ihineto, Eze Ohazoromi, Eze in the Igbo, Ghana, the King of Igbo community in Ghana, which a copy is attached to this letter. We request you to stop the celebration by one Mr. NSOB. The Ga Traditional Council recognizes only one Igbo community chief in Accra, and he is in the person of His Royal Majesty as Dr. Ambassador Chukwudi J. Ihineto. We therefore urge your office to stop the celebration before it causes mayhem among the Igbos in Ghana and Accra as a whole. Counting on your cooperation, and is signed by who? His Royal Majesty King Taki Taiko Churu II, Ga Mantse, and President of the Ga Traditional Council. Bring me his photograph here. This is the man we're talking about. This is 2022. Now, forward to 2025. This is a letter from the same Ga Traditional Council, signed by the same man who had signed a letter endorsing Chukwudi as a Chukwudi as the head and leader of the Igbos. Watch this letter. The letter is denouncing as a Chukwudi as the chief of the Igbos. And look at the wording of the letter. It's so insulting. It's sad. 9th July 2025, right? And it says, press release by the Ga Traditional Council. The Ga Traditional Council has observed with dismay recent happenings in the Ga State surrounding an Igbo king by name Eze Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihineto, who has accorded himself king of the Igbos in Ghana. How? How? When you recognize him as a king, wrote letters to that effect, gave him a certificate to that effect, all of a sudden he's carrying himself as the king of the Igbos. How? At an emergency meeting held at the Ghana Traditional Council on the 9th day of July 2025, presided over by the President, King Takite Kochuru II, Ga Mantse, and all members, the understanding, the understated were resolved unanimously. 1. The Ghana Traditional Council dissociates itself from all activities of the said as Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ehenatu. 2. The council has never recognized anybody or person as king of the Igbos within the Ghana state. Wow. Really? So that certificate we saw was fake? The letter that was written and signed by the same great king, Churu II, is fake? Recognition of persons and their induction at the Ghana Traditional Council has always been conditional upon entry of one's name in the National Register of Chiefs. The Ghana Traditional Council is a creation of statute. As Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ehenatu should henceforth cease and desist from holding himself out as a king of the Igbos in the Ghana state by way of performing any traditional activity. 5. All assigned paramount and divisional chiefs installed by Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ehenatu should also henceforth cease and desist from holding themselves out as such within the Ghana state. 6. All traditional and cultural festivities under the guise of importing Igbo culture presided over by Dr. Ezenetu Chukwudi Jude in his capacity as king of the Igbos in the Ghana state should henceforth cease. This looks like a coup d'etat from a dash. And this is from the Ga Mantse, who a few minutes ago recognized this man as His Royal Majesty and preventing another man from carrying himself as a chief, and that this was the only recognized one. The question is, was this letter fake? Why have the tables turned all of a sudden? Is this because of the furore from an interview that was granted in 2013? Did we do enough investigation? What was the mind of this guy? Xenophobia. We got to be careful. A man who has been chief from 2012. If it's the title king, we don't want. He always says that he's Eze. Igwe. How do you translate that? It's like Nana. You can say chief, you can say king. Nana. On Hene. My brother, my sister. It is the black pot, aka Kukusholemo. And here we speak truth to power. Oh gosh. My brother, my sister. But the Igbo community has released a press statement under Chukwudi Jude Ehenatu. And what are they saying? They are explaining what happened in 2013 and why they came up with that. And the letter is full of apologies, 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 apologies. Because you are in another man's land and you don't want any problem. Even if you are not wrong, you keep saying that you are wrong. And the explanation is the same thing that I gave you. To God be the glory. I believe that well-meaning Ghanaians will understand what this is and understand this as part of culturalization. It's not a cultural coup d'etat. It is just cultural propagation.
Ain't when we been in some Blakk Rasta can ever Igbo King no our Ghana ha any the Ga Mantse any Ga transaction for because omani papa you know. The Blakk Rasta so the Abeni. What is your take on this particular issue? Bit much amame comment section. Hi Penyah Media. Accra.